Hey guys, it's me. Yay! I am moving on. Okay, so if you haven't seen 9, that's the one I just recently did. I'm trying to play catch up. Family Matters Month Tuesday 10 and 11 was done by Kara Stovall. And if you'd like to see her projects, please go to Facebook page of Charming Custom Crafts. You know, it's also yahoo.com. And if you guys can't find me, let me know and I'll send you the link. Especially because when I email you back, it's got the links to my Instagram, my YouTube channel, everything on it. So this is the next project. This is the one that really took me some time. And if you guys have done them, you'll understand. And I was trying to get some things to go with it. I was actually trying to get pictures to go with it. But if you've ever done this, this is an explosion box. If you ever done one and if you're just making one for fun, it's pretty easy to put together. But when you think too much and you're thinking about the person, it can take a long time. So I want to share this. I actually made this for my daughter's boyfriend so that you guys can see it. It was a graduation thing for me. My earplug came out of my ear. Anyway, so here is the explosion box I made for him. And I actually used the last of my red sparkle, my thick chunky sparkle. So, I mean, I used his tassel. He got 3 for graduation, and he wasn't going to use this one. And my daughter knows from last year when I told her to take care of him, and she didn't, that they ruined usually the extra ones. But the way I made it, a lot of people make the hat bigger or they make it where it's just straight square. But when you're looking at the hat straight on, it's actually straight up. So I used a acrylic gem and I used satin around it, and then I used some needle and thread and I threaded it, and then I hot glued it to where the tassel would stay on. And then in the front I made, of course, like the shirt down to where his collar's sticking up. I wanted to put a tie on it. This kid loves to do unique ways of tying his ties. But he graduated in the top 10 people in his class. And so I have the honor cords here for him. And then I arched it to look like it was over his head. And it's just like that all the way around the box. Of course, you know, if you take the top off the box, and the tassel, of course, is on the right side because he's already graduated, because it's left to right. If I'm wrong on that, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure of that. Anyway, so that's the top of the box. So if I open it, and that's what I'm going to do. Bum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum. So you open it, and of course, it's pretty thick, so I have to kind of drop it a little bit. So this is what it looks like. Trying to make sure you guys can see it. Go a little slow here. And obviously this is the top layer. So I'm going to go around at the 4 corners first. And I'm actually going to share how to make these, to make silhouettes with the Brother machine. That's going to be lesson 2. And I was trying to get to it when I was making this. It would have made it a lot easier so you guys could have seen it, a finished product. Hold on a second. It's supposed to go that way. Something moved. I had to move it. So you can see that I use silhouettes on here, and I will get to that. So those that are watching, I can show you one of them. This was the image that I used to make that one. And I'll get to how you can make that on a Brother Scan and Cut. So anyway, so you can obviously see that I had it set up to kind of go in a circle. So I'm going counterclockwise since time is now changing for him rather than speeding up. So I have, of course, him, you know, like looking and going, okay, I'm proud. And then here gets the diploma, and it's like up on stage, yay. And he gets off his stage and clicks his heel, and then finally jumps with the rest of the class. So I kind of got the concept of that. In the middle, as you can see, is a cake that I made just top boxes, not full boxes. And I took a little sticker of a hat with a tassel, and I found another sticker that was 3-dimensional paper piece, and it originally had like the black ribbon or black thread for the wrapping of it, of the diploma. So I took it off and made it red so that it had more pop, and just wrote on 2016. Now I have tons of alphas, but it just didn't look great, and even that when you do a cake, it's usually written on anyway. So I put a little bling mesh around it, and then sparkle ribbon to match in the front. It's pretty much almost the only red that's on here. But what I happen to do, and I'm going to go from the middle out. I actually put a gift underneath. This is just a temporary sit. I put a gift underneath. It was a very special compass with a piece of advice on it. And then I just topped it on top. That was actually stuck to it. And I told him to go ahead and take that home. So it just stuck to it. I just left it to where he could take it off and leave it in. It's just a basic top to a box. And this is pretty much the same thing. I put a little hot glue. But anyway, on the back of it, I just used a little bit of acetate to stand it up a little bit like they would on a cake. That you normally would probably sink it in a little bit. But that was just my little basic cake here. And here, if you look at the very first layer, I just put some phrases in on some gold paper. That's actually the back of some of these papers. This is a basic box form, but I made these into pockets on the side. And of course it says, thanks for the memories, keep calm and graduate, friends are sunshine of life, and congratulations to the graduate. Now inside of these are little tags around the inside the pockets. And those I'm not going to show, they're just basic ones with scrap paper. I did put little clock paper clips, and then these are like superstars, if you guys can see it. This I believe is Prima or Maya. So I did that so that the cards would stay in. This one actually sunk in, but it's the only other way that I use, like the red. I use scrap red for that here for the tags. I used 2 of the clocks and 2 of the superstars, and they were the same color, so I wanted to leave them at that. So that is the top layer, middle layer. And then I'm going to show you by flipping one at a time over. So this one has a 3-dimensional pop dotted sticker here. It says most likely to succeed. And then when for his prom with my daughter was his prom, and my daughter went with him, I got some pictures of his brother. He's in basic training right now. So I got the 2 brothers together. And then I'm gonna go to the next layer because it's a lot easier to go to by layers going back and forth. Otherwise, it gets real chunky. So on the back of that, I put a picture of him and one of his buddies at prom, and then the three of his friends at graduation. And then I'm gonna flip that back, and I'm gonna go counterclockwise. Actually, I'm gonna go clockwise. Actually, it goes counter or clockwise. Yeah. Nope, goes counter on that. This one goes clockwise. And then I put another sticker here. It just says congrats. I don't know if you can see it. It's a 3-dimensional pop dotted. I could have put another picture, and if he so chooses, he can. But I made it very masculine in colors, very classic graduation. But if you look here, you'll see a picture of my daughter and him at prom, at his prom. And I just put this is the guy from the wedding planner, that one wedding planner, has some of his products that I have. But if you flip that up, this is from his homecoming, and that's my daughter with him, and then that's her with him at graduation. And we're going to move back to the other side here, and then behind friends are sunshines of life. This is the grad, and that's him and his mother. And then his mother again with him. His father died a long time ago, so his mom's been down too. And then another friend of his. These are, top 10 people in his class. So anyway, so if you flip it, he graduated with, I think, almost a 10.0. I don't understand how they can do a lot of that, but whatever. But if you flip this one, you get, it says Carpe Diem with the 3-dimensional sticker with ribbon. And then that was one of my favorite pictures of him from prom. And then you flip it again, and there's my daughter. There's always pictures. And then there's an inside joke to this one. So that is the explosion box that I made for him. And it's nothing special on the back. It's just a typical square 4x4 square. And then you go down 3/4 of an inch as you go. So that way it sits and nestles right down inside of it. So, but the way I did this was a little bit different. I catty-cornered that when I did it, just a little bit. And for me to close it, because it's so wide, I took the second and third layer and pulled up, and then I wrapped it this way, and then wrapped it this way because I needed the front to be here and I don't need it chunky. And then I wrap it again, and then I wrapped it one more time. Made sure this was down. Let's see if I can hold it down. Probably not. And of course, I have to put it down over the edges. Hopefully I can get it. When I do explosion box, I got another one I'll be doing here shortly, so you guys are gonna like that one. Probably this week. So again, there is his graduation explosion box. So for 2016, that's his. So if you guys like it, comment below or come see me on Charming Coastal Crafts on Facebook or on Instagram. Thanks, guys.